Welcome to a new episode of the SEC Online Weekly Rewind. This week, we have interesting tidbits on the Delhi High Court's comments on police brutality and what the Bombay High Court has to say on the exclusion of healthcare services from the new Consumer Protection Law. Hi, I'm Nilufar Bhateja. Stay tuned for interesting legal updates. In an important ruling on land acquisition and requisition law, the Supreme Court has held that applying the 2-year limitation period as per Section 11A of the 1894 Act for passing award in pending cases under Section 24(1)A of the 2013 Act is impractical. Noticing that practical absurdities and anomalies may arise if the 2-year period under the 1894 Act is applied, the court said that this would mitigate against the underlying legislative intent behind the prescription of time for making an award in respect of saved acquisition proceedings initiated under the repealed 1894 Act. It was hence held that Section 25 of the 2013 Act would apply to the awards made and published under Section 24(1)A of the 2013 Act. In a case where the trial court and Punjab and Haryana High Court had shifted the burden of proof on the accused merely for the reason that there has been a rise in incidents of dacoity, a 3-judge bench of the Supreme Court has held that the trial court and the High Court have erroneously drawn adverse inference against the accused, in spite of the prosecution having lamentably failed to adequately dispense with its burden of proof to depict the culpability of the accused. Applying the principle that it is better that 10 guilty persons escape than one innocent suffer, the court said that it may not be wise or prudent to convict a person only because there has been a rampant increase in heinous crimes. In a case where the Rajasthan High Court had granted bail by merely keeping in view the facts and circumstances of the case, the Supreme Court has held that such orders cannot pass muster. The matter pertained to the alleged murder of a person belonging to a scheduled caste. The offence is alleged to be have committed by the deceased's brother-in-law on June 8, 2018. The High Court had only recorded the submission of the counsel for the first respondent and did not make any mention of factors relevant for the grant of bail. In such circumstances, the court held that the duty to record reasons cannot be obviated by recording submissions, followed by an omnibus in the facts and circumstances formula, and that the courts must indicate brief reasons for the basis of granting bail. In a case of motor vehicle accident, the Kerala High Court has exonerated the insurance company Bajaj Allianz from liability to pay compensation. The court made important observations that in a 3-wheeler goods carriage, the driver could not have allowed anybody to share his seat. No other person, whether as a passenger or as the owner of the vehicle, is supposed to share the seat of the driver. While addressing a very unfortunate incident of police assault, the Delhi High Court has expressed that let no one have to repeat the tragic words like George Perry Floyd Jr., "I can't breathe." The court further elaborated that punishment for an assault or a criminal act is to be determined by a court of law. The police cannot be a judge in its own cause. The law does not permit people to be beaten up in a police custody or during interrogation. Holding that the mere repeal of the Consumer Protection Act of 1986 by the 2019 Act without anything more would not result in the exclusion of healthcare services rendered by doctors to patients from the definition of service. The Bombay High Court expressed the matter before it was a thoroughly misconceived public interest litigation. The court expressed that mere repeal of the 1986 Act by the 2019 Act without anything more would not result in the exclusion of healthcare services rendered by doctors to patients from the definition of the term service. Noting the incident of prima facie hurting of religious feelings, the Punjab and Haryana High Court has dismissed the anticipatory bail of a person who videographed a man without a turban aged 65 years old who was beaten up repeatedly, and his video was circulated on social media. The court expressed that the turban is an essential religious symbol, and photographing of an elderly person in an injured condition without the turban and uploading it for public viewing on a social media platform would prima facie amount to hurting the religious feelings. The UP government has passed a proposal that the married daughter of a government official dying during his service will now be entitled to a government job on compassionate grounds in Uttar Pradesh. The decision of the Personnel Department was approved by the state cabinet on November 10, 2021. The Unique Identification Authority of India has notified the Aadhaar Authentication and Offline Verification Regulations of 2021. Under these regulations, the UIDAI provides two types of authentication facilities, that is, the Yes-No Authentication Facility and the eKYC Authentication Facility, and other types of offline verification facility have been introduced, such as the QR code verification, the Aadhaar paperless offline eKYC verification, the e-Aadhaar verification, offline paper-based verification, and any other type of offline verification introduced by the UIDAI from time to time. The other modes of verification, such as the OTP and the biometric-based authentication, will also continue along with the offline options. The regulations prescribe a choice to the Aadhaar holder to share the Aadhaar paperless offline eKYC with the authorized agency for the Aadhaar eKYC verification process. The authorized agency will match the Aadhaar number and the demographic information obtained by the Aadhaar holder with the demographic information in the central database. The Food and Safety Standards Authority of India has notified the Food Safety and Standards Import First Amendment Regulations of 2021 via the notification number dated November 3, 2021. The regulations amend the Food Safety and Standards Import Regulations of 2017 to insert the chapter with respect to the registration and inspection of foreign food manufacturing facilities. Food Safety and Standards, Food Product Standards and Food Additives Regulations 2011 have been amended to provide that in case of formulated supplements for children, a variation of -10.0% from the declared value of the nutrients or nutritional ingredients on the label shall be allowed, and the nutrient levels shall not exceed the maximum limits as specified in the composition tables. SEBI has permitted FPIs who wish to surrender their registration to write off all their shares in their beneficiary account which they are unable to sell for any reason. On November 8, 2021, SEBI has issued a circular to permit the FPIs to also write off all debt securities in their beneficiary account which they are unable to sell for any reason. This shall be applicable only to such FPIs who wish to surrender their registration. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more updates.